Hi, I'm Stuart. Welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. In both cases, I'm happy you decided to take a look at my video. I hope you like it. In this video, I'm going to talk about The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. In this video, I'm going to start a new introduction before I talk about the books. I'm going to give a short author bio. This is an idea I learned about by watching the videos of Read by Fred. And I think it's a great idea, so thanks to Fred for that idea. And especially in case books like this, it really helps inform the review of the book. The bio I'm about to read is from Wikipedia. Elizabeth Acevedo is a Dominican-American poet and author. In September 2022, the Poetry Foundation named her the year's Young People's Poet Laureate. Acevedo is the author of the young adult novels The Poet X, With a Fire on High, and Clap When You Land. The Poet X is a New York Times bestseller, National Book Award winner, and Carnegie Medal winner. She's also the winner of the 2019 Michael L. Prince Award, the 2018 Pura Belpré Award, and the Boston Globe Hornbook Award Prize for Best Children's Fiction of 2018. She lives in Washington, D.C. Acevedo's parents are Dominican immigrants and she was raised in Harlem, New York. She is the youngest child and only daughter. By the age of 12, Acevedo decided she wanted to be a rapper, but then realized what she really wanted to do was perform poetry. She then attended the Beacon School where she met English teacher Abby Lublin. Lublin recruited Acevedo to join her after-school poetry club to further improve her work. At the age of 14, Acevedo competed in her first poetry slam with the New York Poets Cafe, then participated in open mics around the city, in venues including Bowery Poetry Club and Urban Word NYC. She earned a Bachelor of Arts in Performing Arts at George Washington University by designing her own degree, using courses in Performing Arts, English, and Sociology. She then earned an MFA in Creative Writing at the University of Maryland and served as an adjunct professor for bachelor-level creative writing courses. Acevedo taught 8th grade in Prince George County, Maryland. While coaxing a student to read more, the student said she wasn't reading because these books aren't for us. Acevedo realized her students were affected by the lack of diversity in their books and not by their capabilities. She then bought books that her students could relate to and realized that she had the power to write such books too. Acevedo identifies as Afro-Latina. Although raised Catholic, she no longer practices the religion. Currently, she lives in Washington, D.C. with her husband, Shakir Cannon Moy. Acevedo grew up in a conservative and devout household of Catholicism. She went to church every Sunday with her mother and participated in every sacrament. Acevedo does not practice Catholicism anymore, but still considers the relationship with the religion to be developing. She questions the teaching of religion. Her book, With a Fire on High, is influenced by the fact that religion is empowering, but sometimes makes women and young girls question themselves. And there's a lot of parallels between her younger years, and the story in The Poet X. I listened to the audiobook of Poet X at the same time as I was reading the physical novel. I got this idea from Nixreads, and it's a great idea. The audiobook is read by Elizabeth Acevedo, and she does a great job. The book is a young adult book made up of poems. All the poems are told in the first person by the lead character, Xiomara. Xiomara is the daughter of Dominican immigrants. Xiomara has a twin brother. Family lives in Brooklyn. She's 15 years old, and as the book begins, she's about to enter her sophomore year in high school. The book goes from that point to February to mid-February in the next year. Xiomara's mother is a strict Catholic. That's the most important part of her life. It informs everything she does, and it especially informs her relationship with Xiomara. She's very strict with her. Xiomara is rebelling against this, and she's rebelling against her Catholic faith. She realizes she has a great way with words, and she can write great poetry, but this is at odds with what her mother wants with her. She doesn't really feel she can let her mother know she wants to be a poet. The book presents a realistic view of the events of a few months in the life of a 15-year-old daughter of immigrants. This book packs an emotional punch. I love the book. I'd give it more than 5 stars if I could. I recommend this book to anyone that is new to poetry. I think it's a great entry book for that, because the few poetry books I've read, they either have standalone poems or poems organized in groups, such as there might be poems about relationships, there might be poems about grief, there might be poems about travel. But this book tells a story through the whole book through poems. The other great thing about it is, despite it being, I think, a good entry-level book, it's also really well written. It's received multiple awards. The only people I wouldn't recommend this book to are those who don't enjoy young adult novels, or those who might be upset at the strict portrayal of Sayamara's mother's Catholicism. I will say that the priest at their church is a quite reasonable person. I also think that anyone who reads this book should listen to the audiobook. If you have to make a choice, the audiobook should be the first choice. Or, read it like I did, the audiobook while reading an ebook or the physical book. I realized after I recorded the portion of this video where I talked about my thoughts on the book that I forgot to actually show the physical copy of the book. So here it is. I've already returned the audiobook version to Libby at my library. Now I'm going to read one of the poems in the book so you can get an idea of the style of the writing. Names. I'm the only one in the family without a biblical name. Shit, Xiomara isn't even Dominican. I know because I googled it. It means one who is ready for war. Truth be told, that description is about right, because I even tried to come into the world in a fighting stance, feet first. Had to be cut out of Mommy after she'd given birth to my twin brother Xavier just fine. And my name labors out of some people's mouths in that same awkward and painful way, till I have to slowly say, C-O-Mara. I've learned not to flinch the first day of school, as teachers get stuck stupid trying to figure it out. Mammy says she thought it was a saint's name, gave me this gift of battle, and now curses how well I live up to it. My parents probably wanted a girl who would sit in the pews wearing pretty florals and a soft smile. They got combat boots and a mouth silent till it's sharp as an island machete. I make no claims that I can remotely say that poem as well as Elizabeth Acevedo did, but hopefully it gives you some idea of the writing style of her poetry. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. Perhaps leave a comment. I hope you have a wonderful day.